Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea news. What did I tell you guys about Liam Delap? I said don't get too confident that we're going to get him because there are other suitors. There are people like Newcastle, and now we're getting solid information that Man United, ladies and gentlemen, are after Liam Delap. But before we get into this news and all the other news that's getting floated around, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a quick look at the table. Newcastle just spanked Leicester. They took it easy on them in the second half. First half was 3-0. I knew Newcastle was going to win. Leicester just they're a joke this season, along with all the other teams in the relegation battle, except for Ipswich. I believe Ipswich had something about them, but ladies and gentlemen, Newcastle, they have absolutely spanked Leicester 3-0 away from home, and they're now level on points with Chelsea. As you can see, Newcastle on 53 points, Chelsea 53 points, and the goal difference is the only thing that is separating us from them. Man City 52, Aston Villa, I think, is also on 52, or maybe they're on 51. Oh, there you go, 51. So for all the people that are saying solidly in top four, solid, it's about to get very tasty. I know we've spent the entire season in and around that area, third, fourth. There was a stage where we were second as well. But as you can see, a lot of teams are bunched in that position as well. So it's not a clear cut. And this season, if I'm being absolutely honest, yeah, we played good earlier on in the season, but then all throughout the middle section and up until now, we've balanced things out. And somewhere along the way, other teams have had similar situations as well. So what I'm trying to say is that we're not fourth because we've been so scintillatingly good. We're fourth because we are we're a bunch of that average group, as you can see, from us, Newcastle, City, Aston Villa. I wouldn't even say Newcastle are average. They just started off very poorly, and Man City all throughout this season has been poor, yet find themselves in this situation where they can make into Champions League. So this is what I'm worried about for all the people that are like, oh, find some positivity, find some. With the fixtures coming up and the way it's all bunched up like that, and now Newcastle, I feel like they are definitely one of the teams that are going to make it in the Champions League. They got the next two games at home, Man United and Crystal Palace. I'll be shocked if they lose at St. James's Park. Nottingham Forest, I don't know whether they're going to be slipping up. We shall see. So let's see what happens. It's only getting very, very tasty. Now, Liam Delap, ladies and gentlemen. Man United will rival Chelsea in the race to sign Liam Delap this summer, coming from Mark Ogden and a lot of other top Man United journalists. Look, I said it. Newcastle potentially could lose Isak. I hope they don't, because I want Newcastle go out there and just do your thing in the Premier League. You know, Isak is an important player. You just need to add a few more bits and pieces, and maybe you're competing for the Premier League title. I'd hate to see Isak go to another one of these clubs, whether it's Arsenal. I don't think it's going to be Arsenal, but it could very well be Liverpool. And Liverpool get someone like Isak, it could be long for all of us. So, look, if and when Isak does leave, I suppose he may not leave, to be honest, Newcastle could be after Delap. Man United are not entirely happy with what they have up front. They could be chasing, and they're following similar route as us, where they're going with young profiles. And Delap, they fancy him a lot. So don't get caught up that we are 100% guaranteed to get Delap. And on top of that, we have young players, man. We have young players. I like Delap a lot. I do. But that's another young player that we need to develop. Is this what we need moving forward? We are seeing the problems in our team. We are seeing the lack of maturity. So, next season again, we want to do all of this. I don't think we should go down that avenue, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts. But the bottom line is that Liam Delap's signature is going to be chased by few teams in the Premier League. I feel Newcastle, Man United, and Chelsea. And when it comes to that type of options, I don't really fancy our chance. Maybe ahead of Man United, but you never know, man. Players seem to get excited about Man United because of the name, because of their history, and this, that, the other. And who knows? Man United, they could do a madness in the Europa League. They really could. That's just classic Man United for you. They could potentially absolutely get thrashed in the remaining fixtures in the Premier League, but go out there and win the Europa League. They're just capable of that kind of madness. And if that happens, can you imagine Man United being 14th or 15th, whatever, making into Champions League? That will be laughable. That will be laughable. And if that happens, Liam Delap will have the option to either choose Newcastle if they let go of Isak. They'll be in the Champions League. Man United, they could potentially be in the Champions League. We have to make it to the Champions League. And if we don't make it to the Champions League, that's looking long for us. Let me know your thoughts. Now, John Obi Mikel, ladies and gentlemen, he's consistently talking about Victor Osimhen and how he wants to play for Chelsea. He still believes this is a chance for us. I don't know, but let's see what Mikel has to say. Mikel reveals Victor Osimhen really wants to play for Chelsea FC. Listen, it will be really sad if we don't get a player who supported us as a kid and wants to play for his football club. Look, I don't want to fall for this supporting for the kid, because I've seen players before support a particular club and, it hasn't gone down well. So I'm not worried about that. What I'm looking for in Osimhen is he's a gunman. He's a big striker. He's a fantastic striker. That's what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on because he's a Chelsea fan, because there's been many fans before, right? And it's not worked out. His idol is Drogba. He will want to break records, win us trophies, get us back to the top, come for Drogba's records. I'm telling you, that would be his mission. If the club chose not to pursue it, then, well, fair enough. Good luck to them. But the good thing about it is we know where we left it. We can literally pick the phone up and get him straight in the door. Get him. I don't think so. I don't think it's as clear cut as John Obi Mikel thinks it is. It's not simply about picking up the phone, just pick things up from where we left it last summer. Where did we leave it last summer? I'm pretty certain it didn't materialize because of the wages. And the wages issues are not going to go away. We're not going to give him what Osimhen wants. Osimhen wants somewhere in the vicinity of £250,000 per week. This is why he's getting rumored to go to Saudi Arabia. So this is why I'm like, Johnny Mbibike, I know this is your Nigerian counterpart, and I know you speak to him on a regular, I'm pretty sure. But do you really think Chelsea's going to pay that level of money? I wish they did. I wish they paid that level of money and get a gunman like that, but we're not going to do that. We know it. You know it, John Obi Mikel. We're not going to pay that level of money. So forget about Victor Osimhen. It's just not going to happen. Forget about Gyökeres as well. Looks like Arsenal are interested. And Liam Delap. I don't know whether it's a straight cut. So where does that leave us? Benjamin Sesko. Now, look, Sesko seems like a pretty decent player, but then again, we've been burned so many times with Leipzig. I'm just worried, man. Timo Werner and Nkunku. I'm just worried. I'm really, really worried. Sesko, we like him. We've wanted him for a while. But he's going to be expensive. Can he adapt to the Premier League straight away? Another young type of striker as well, but a bit more experience at the top level. No, I'm going to have to give him that credit, that's for sure. Don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, we end up going after that Strasbourg striker. I've been telling you, we're linked with that Strasbourg striker, young kid. Don't be surprised if that ends up happening. And this is what we are doing. This is what we're doing under this ownership, under this directorship. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section below. Do you really think Osimhen is actually going to happen as per John Obi Mikel? Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea remain confident they will not be hit with a point deduction or a transfer ban as the club wait the outcome of the Premier League investigation into payments made under Roman Abramovich's ownership coming from Matt Law. Look, there's this investigation that's happening with the Premier League. There's also the financial fair play, UEFA's financial fair play that we didn't pass. The women's team and the hotels that we sold not been accepted by UEFA. So there's some tricky situation that's coming up for the future. It's some murky situation. Even though all the PR out there is saying that it's positive, all the conversation's fine, we're probably just going to get a penalty. It's not going to be anything hefty in terms of transfer ban or not participating in Europe, this, that. It's just going to be a normal monetary fine. We shall see. We shall see what it ends up being. Interesting times ahead, man. Interesting times ahead. End of this season, can we make it to top 4? Summer window, what kind of damage we're going to do with all the players that we need to get rid of as well? What type of players we're going to bring in? And then, of course, all of this nonsense that's happening on the side, which is creating a bit of noise, So let's see. Lots to look forward to, man. Lots to look forward to. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, especially in regards to Liam Delap. Do you think it's just, it's written? We're going to get him. No one else is after him. It's us. We must. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.